It's me, Jay Gatsby, and we're in my car listening to commercial-free music on Thunder 91.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to tonight's main event.
Where's the Friday?
My calculations are correct. When this baby hits 88 miles per hour, you're gonna see some serious...
On this blessed Friday, let us give thanks.
So, another Friday is upon us.
WTF, I'm Rob Birdsey. Welcome to Where is the Friday? I appreciate you guys so much. We're live on YouTube right now. I have this is going to be great. I'm so excited. This is Lyle. Santos is in the house today. This guy is an offensive line. You play for the football team, obviously, and you got it's just 2 seconds to talk with you, but we'll get back into that in a sec. But yeah, go to YouTube, Widowed, Trio, and Freedom. Widowed, I'm a widowed father. Trio, I have 2 little boys that I'm raising since they've been 4 and 2. And Freedom, I'm doing this for the freedom, right? I'm trying my best. So please like, share, and subscribe. Support my little family. Help us get out of what we're in. We live in an RV right now, and I would really appreciate you guys helping. And hopefully I can give you some good content back, which I already think we're onto it really good. You know, I've got some great people coming in, and these are athletes that have gone through some serious stuff. Lyle, welcome to the show.
Thank you so much, man. That's a good introduction in the beginning, dude. The music, everything, I love it.
Oh, thanks, man. I made that myself. Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, it's fun. This has been quite a ride. You know, it's my kids. I've been doing this for this is the second semester. The first semester was kind of like getting my bearings. I'm still getting my bearings. Don't worry about that.
Yeah.
But it's now starting to take hold, and I'm doing more professional things about it. And my kids are watching me do it at home, and I'm squeezing it as much as I can. And it's fun because they do hard things themselves in jiu-jitsu. They train 4 days a week.
Yeah.
At Mixed Grappling Arts, so shout out to those guys. They do ninja class. You know, they're Red Peak Gym. So
Okay.
they
Active,
learn.
dude.
Yeah, they're
How old are
active.
they again?
No, well now they're my eldest is about to turn 9, so he's
Okay.
8 years old, and my youngest just turned 7.
Okay, so there's some
And-
youngins then.
Yeah, they're youngins,
young.
and they're
Yeah.
good. Man, we roll like we muck around.
Jiu-jitsu,
roll.
yeah.
Yeah. And they choke me out. I got to be real careful. Like as
Yeah.
soon as they get me, and I know they've almost got me into
gotta
a
relax
hold,
a little
I
bit.
got to tap straight away. Like,
Yeah.
well, you tapped too early. It's like, no, dude, you got to rip my head off.
Exactly. You're making a business decision there, being smart.
Yeah, I like that.
I'm big into mixed martial arts, not like personally though. Like
Yeah.
I don't do it, but I've always been a fan of the UFC and stuff. So I know about rolling and jiu-jitsu and
Yeah.
how crucial it is to be a good mixed martial artist too. So
Yeah.
that's awesome.
You need to have a brain about it.
Exactly.
You know, the thing that got me onto it was my eldest. He watched his mum die, right, of breast cancer. For the first 4 years of his life, you know, 2 of them were great, and then the last 2, he just watched her dwindle to nothing and
Yeah.
to death. So it really messed with his head. So what oh man, he did. There was a number of things that happened to him. He started peeing the bed, all this sort of crazy stuff, and I just through love and support got him out of that. He stopped doing that, which usually that's a rabbit hole that could go for years.
Yeah.
And I built love around him to build him out of it. And then he kept revolting on some things, so I got him a therapist. And then the therapist wasn't enough. So then I read this article about jiu-jitsu and how when you're getting strangled and being attacked, your brain activates in defensive mode,
Yeah.
and it can be really sporadic, or you can confine your thoughts and really help you focus, get through life.
Yeah.
So I was like, all right, we're doing that.
Good on you, man. That's awesome.
Yeah.
I love that.
No,
that's great on you.
I
Honestly,
love you.
as
Wait
a
till you
dad.
meet my boys. They're so
Yeah.
excited. They're coming to the game on Saturday
Really?
too.
I'll
yeah.
say what's up to him before and after
Yeah.
for sure.
No,
Yeah.
that'd be so cool. I
Heck yeah.
hope this weekend's a big one for
I
you
know
guys.
it has
man.
to be.
It-
It has
yeah.
to be. But I know we'll get into it. But I think we had a pretty good week of practice. So we
Yeah.
got practice today too. So we're gonna finish off the week strong and then go in tomorrow ready to bring a fight to him. So we'll
Yeah.
be ready to go.
No, and those practices are no joke.
Yeah.
I was there the other day, guys. It was fun.
You see all the big guys. That's my signature pose, man. When I'm tired, dude,
Yeah.
just breathe in. But
But you
that's
guys-
football. When you're
you
tired, you,
didn't
gotta
stop.
fight.
You guys are running for like straight up. It was
Yeah.
over an hour and a half.
Yeah.
And that was just that part of practice.
Yeah,
You know,
I
you
know.
guys have been.
You
running-
came a little later, right?
Yeah.
What time did you show up?
I
Do you
came
remember?
at 6, but I know you
6?
guys start at 5.
Oh,
right?
okay. No, we actually start So we'll have meetings from 2:15 to 3:40, 45, and then we're out on the field at 3:55. Practice starts at 4. So
Wow.
I thought you showed up a little bit earlier than 6, maybe.
No.
Okay,
Oh, no,
yeah.
sorry, no, 5. I got there at 5.
About an hour
I
in,
got there
we're
at 5,
going.
and then, sorry, my bad.
No, it's all
And then
good.
I was there till you guys finished,
Yeah.
which was,
Yep.
dude, I was...
Yeah, right when you came up to me, I think we were at like the beginning of our second team period, so we were almost done. So
Yeah.
you caught me when we were just
you guys-
fighting to finish. So
Yeah. No, I shook your hand and you were soaked. I was like, damn,
Yeah, I'm sorry,
you
dude,
were
I probably
working.
got you
No, I was
all
like,
sweat,
this is awesome.
Yeah.
I've experienced training, before.
Yeah.
But it's like to see you. I mean, it would be like sparring non-stop for an
Yeah.
hour, which we never did that much.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And
At
you guys
most,
were
what, 5 minutes around maybe?
we do
Sparring?
three minutes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, 3 minutes, 3
Yeah.
minutes to minute. Yeah, we do
I
that for
know
12.
I didn't wrestle, but like all my friends in high school, middle school, they wrestled, and even some of my teammates now, they know like what a real hard practice is, and I'm sure it's the same in jiu-jitsu because when you're wrestling or rolling with somebody, like that's true fatigue. I feel like
Yeah.
So that's something I wish I would have done, but yeah, like you said, it's nonstop, dude. You're going, sweating.
Yeah.
But
Well, most of my stuff, jiu-jitsu is longer. You're right about the time length. Mine was more boxing. So
okay,
I love
that
boxing.
too. That's like the
Boxing's-
most tiring
yeah.
sport.
It's fun though, man.
Yeah.
It's so fun.
What's the longest you've boxed for, like round wise? Like, have you done 12 3-minute rounds?
I got up to 7.
7?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah, and I had to put a pin in it because
Yeah.
But no, I've been sparring though.
Okay,
I always go up to 12 rounds.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's not the intensity. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I got
when
you.
you're
You're
really
sparring,
bringing it.
it's lighter than an actual fight, maybe.
Yeah.
I've never done it, but like I said, I've been big into UFC, a little bit of boxing too, and just like, especially with the big dudes, man, seeing them move and seeing how like you just got to keep your composure no matter what's going on, you know?
Yeah.
I don't, like me being 300 pounds, I don't think I could go 12 rounds, but I'd love to test myself and see what I can
300
do.
pounds.
Yeah.
300 pounds, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah.
6'2", is that right? Yeah, 6'3".
6'3",
6'3", 200 pounds.
Yeah, you'd be 6'3",
300.
yeah.
Man.
Yep.
Nah, that's crazy. I'm hovering right now at 210. And
Hey, you
I'm
look
not.
good though, man. That's why I asked. I noticed, dude. Yep.
I'm working on it, and it's not been great. When my wife died, man, for 3 years straight, I was so depressed.
Yeah.
Like I got fat. I got so fat.
Yeah. Just eating.
Well, it's not even. I don't even know what I was doing half the time. Just looking after boys.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Trying to work out what I'm doing next. I
Yeah.
took a couple of jobs here and there, and it didn't work. And I was like, oh. And then the state was like, you got a boy that's under 6 years old. And I was like, yeah. She goes, you don't have to work. And I was like, oh, I don't. And then they gave me food stamps. And I was like,
Okay.
oh, that's
Is
cool.
this here in Cedar?
Yeah, man. Oh, well, I moved here after my wife passed. We were in
But she
Utah.
passed away in
She,
Australia?
no. It was here. I've been here
Okay.
since 2006.
Oh, okay.
She passed away in Blanding at her mum and dad's house.
Okay.
Yeah, we were over there after we were up north. We had everything going up there and got rid of everything. Yeah, it was such a hard time, man.
I know, man. I'm sorry, dude. Like,
Yeah.
the first time you told me that is now, like when we
Yeah.
started this.
Oh,
So, yeah. I tip my hat to you, man. I put all the respect to you,
Oh,
especially
man.
with what you were saying about your kids and everything they had to go through, and
Yeah.
how you had to really step up even more and all that,
Dude.
dude. All the respect in the world to you, dude. Seriously.
Yeah, I appreciate that. Thank you.
Yeah.
And it was so tough. You know, I mean, like at the time, you know, I'm not fond of who I had turned into for a hot minute because I was pretty angry. You know what I mean? You go through some demons, man.
Oh yeah,
You know?
I can't say I understand because I haven't gone through that exact
Yeah.
thing, but I can only imagine what it does to you mentally,
Yeah.
physically, and
Yeah.
the people around you. So, yeah,
You,
man.
you know, the biggest thing about it, I will say, is me and my wife, we were unstoppable. Just so much love built up around us, you know what I mean? What I couldn't do, she could. What she couldn't, I could.
Yeah.
And we were two peas in a pod, and we were loving life. You know, we traveled everywhere, we did all sorts of stuff. And the support structure was amazing, right? I never treated her with disrespect. I never treated her like crap. And her whole family, just like as soon as she passed away, they just disappeared. You know what I mean? And they once one of them said to me, I said, I don't understand what's going on with you guys. Why you treat me so bad? And this one particular person said, well, it's because everyone's scared of you.
Scared of
like,
you.
Yeah. I mean, I can be a bear. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
I bet,
There's
I
no
bet.
there's no doubt. But at the same token, I wasn't being bad to them. I never took the kids away from them. I still, to this very day, I tell all of them, and I don't talk to any of them really, but I say to them all, whenever I get a chance, you can call anytime, you can see them anytime. You know what I mean? You just let me know.
Yeah.
I'll make it happen, because those boys need to know who you are.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I said to him, I said, you know what? Did my wife ever say anything bad about me? Like, did she ever say that I hurt her, or I was less than around her? You know? No. Come to think of it, she said you were the love of her life. And I said, well, why don't we just run off that?
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
Yeah, not try and dig and find other stuff.
Yeah. I don't know. It was just a weird scenario, but you know, it's a shame that it happened like that. But like you said, and man, it would have been so easy for me to turn to a bottle. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Just to shell up and
just
let it all defeat you. That's why I got the respect I have for you, man. Seriously.
Yeah.
Like,
Cheers.
I know that's another thing too. Like with the relationships around you, like being in that position, you lose your wife, which is like you lose everything in a sense, right? That's probably how it felt.
Was everything. My family's in Australia.
Exactly. So you lose everything. You got your babies pretty much.
Yeah.
And now the other side of the family doesn't like you, and I know what it's like to go through, you know, the relationship part of, you know, people thinking you're something you're not. Yeah. And I guess we all have, but
that's horrible, huh?
It sucks, yeah.
The
and
judgment from people.
Exactly, and I guess you can just say that's life, and that's the stuff that happens, but it does suck, and it's a fight to get through that stuff.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah, no, cheers, man. I appreciate it. Yeah, my wife passed away. She was 42 years old. And at the time, my boys were 4 and 2.
Babies, dude.
Babies, man. My little got him out of diapers, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. I feel sorry for his upbringing, because it was a little bit of a, you know, dads, we're gruff. You know what I mean? We get things done. We just get things done.
Yeah.
And sometimes I have to remind myself, you need to give these boys some love.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like,
Yeah.
oh, man. So sometimes I see it on their face, like, oh, come on. Yeah.
Yeah.
I just throw them full of love, you know what I mean?
Yeah. It's hard being a dad, I bet,
Yeah,
though. Like,
dude,
especially in that
tricky.
situation.
It's
I don't know
tricky.
what that's like. Hopefully I'll find out years from now.
Oh,
and,
man,
you know,
you'd be a great dad.
But yeah, it's hard to be a dad. Sorry to hop to this, but it reminds me of it.
Yeah,
Our
please.
old offensive line coach, Coach Aaron Fernandez, love the guy. We'd come into 6 a.m. meetings, and he'd be 4 cups of coffee deep already, and he'd see the fatigue on us sometimes, and he'd be like, you don't know what tired is yet. Like, when you're a dad, you'll find out what tired is. Not that he wasn't putting it in a bad light, but like, kind of gave you some insight. Like, you know what? Like, yeah, it's probably tougher to be a dad, and you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
well, see, when you're younger, like the thing that I noticed the most is like, especially when you're training, like you train and you're exhausted and you're doing stuff, and then maybe you might be working a job and maybe 2 jobs. You know what I mean? And that's tiring, and that's legit and straight up. And then you meet a girl, and then you lost all your time because now you're talking to a girl at 3 o'clock in the morning.
You got to put all your time into her.
Right.
You don't have to, but you decide to. Yeah.
So you juggle all that stuff.
Yeah.
And then everything sort of levels out for a bit, but you're still tired and exhausted. And then you have a kid, right? And then the afterburners kick in.
Yeah.
You get power. You don't know where you get it from. And most times you would never have woken up for a kid ever.
Yeah.
Right?
2 a.m.
2 a.m. I'm up. I've got the bottle. My
you
wife
go.
was working at Disney at the time, so she was gone all night. And I was juggling in the daytime my stuff in Hollywood. I was trying to be an actor, right?
Yeah.
So I chased those dreams down there. So many demons. And it was fun. I never got...
Still chased it, man.
I'm
That's
still
good.
chasing it, man.
Yeah,
I'm
good.
like a pit bull with a
Good.
bone. I'm never going to stop.
Good.
I'm 45.
Yeah, that's passion right there.
Yeah, I want a better life.
Yeah.
But it's you get that, and it's like the LDS Church says, you know, you get the keys to these situations, different levels of doing stuff. You know what I mean? It's kind of the same thing. You'll get the energy for this. Now you're a dad, and guess what? Here's another energy source you never knew you had.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then the love and compassion will come out of nowhere, and you're like, oh wow,
It's special.
So
It's
special, man. So special.
For sure.
And those kids are amazing.
Yeah, I bet. I
Yeah.
can't wait to meet him, dude. I'm excited.
Yeah, they're gonna
I might
love
have
ya.
to test out their jiu-jitsu skills.
Oh, dude,
you know that's the thing. Like,
He's not even scared. My boy,
No, I
he
bet
would
he-
jump on your back and go.
I know, because that's the thing. Like, jiu-jitsu, it's like you see a guy like my size that walks into a jiu-jitsu gym, right? Is that what you call it, jiu-jitsu gym?
Yeah.
And like the big dude probably thinks like, oh man, these little guys, like, I'll be way better.
Good luck.
That's what jiu-jitsu's made for, to choke out
We're
those
all
big
leverage,
dudes.
baby. Yeah,
Exactly,
yeah.
yeah. But that's awesome, man.
The best thing about I'll talk about Jack for 2 more seconds. He's all right. he's starting to
This is
feel
the
out.
oldest one,
This
right?
is my oldest.
Okay,
He's
yeah,
turning
the
9.
9-year-old, yeah.
Yeah. He's starting to build a booty on him. He's like, Dad,
Yeah.
I got a booty. What's going on here?
good.
You know?
So squats, I bet.
Yeah, squats.
I need to do more squats.
We
Fitz
work
probably
out.
told you that too. Coach Fitz probably said I need to do more squatting or something.
Squats is the
Yeah.
key, man.
Yep.
That thing unlocks all muscles.
Yeah.
But he won't, like, if they roll every day at the end of their lessons, they do 20 minutes of rolling, and the coach will say, okay, grab someone bigger, grab someone smaller, grab someone the same size. He's like, oh man, he's always going after the big guys.
Yeah, good though.
He'll go grab a
Good.
13-year-old, man, and
Yeah.
try to choke him out. It's like,
How big's the age group there?
No.
So it's everybody.
His whole floor, they divide them up in ages.
Yeah.
But they're all on the one floor.
Okay, yeah,
Which
that
I
makes
think
sense.
is great because he's not scared. He'll,
Yeah, good.
He'll just climb you. Like if I just do a single movement, he's like activated.
Yeah, he's ready to go.
You see his eyes light up like a lion. Like,
Good.
He'll literally climb up me, dude.
Yeah, I
he'll
bet no
climb
one
up me,
at
jump on
school
my
is
back.
trying him then. He's
Yeah.
probably the dude on campus at school then. That's awesome.
You know, and at school he's a pussycat.
Really?
Dude,
That's
he
probably a
doesn't
good
wanna
thing,
fight.
though. That's a good thing,
Yeah,
though.
I
You
think
don't
it's
want
a
to be
good
that
thing.
guy that's fighting and stuff.
There's a couple of kids that were testing him, and I said, dude, just tell him, I don't want to fight you, and I think what you're doing right now is wrong.
Yeah.
And if you want to keep continuing, I will tie you up.
Yeah, I'll choke you out, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's good, though. That's
Yeah.
good. You don't want to be a fighter at school, but
No.
like you said, though, if they keep chomping at the bit, they
Yeah.
keep poking the bear, like something's going to happen.
Oh no,
so.
and it's there, and
Yeah.
it's right there. And I told
Yeah.
like I'm not that obviously schools frown upon all that sort of stuff, but you know what? This life sucks as it is.
Exactly.
And
Yeah,
people are going to be who they are. So do what you got to do.
I'm with you.
I will support.
Yep.
Yeah,
That's awesome.
but they're good kids. They do programming and
Yeah,
all that. You know, he's
good.
a mega brain, reading books. You know,
Good.
reading Harry Potter like there's no
I
tomorrow.
was actually, is he what, 4th grade?
3rd grade.
3rd grade? I actually started reading Harry Potter books. That's probably the last series of books I've ever read was the Harry Potter books.
That's
so
good.
That's good, yeah.
I challenge Pendragon. You should try Pendragon.
Oh, dude.
Yeah.
You really got to challenge me to get to
It's
reading
wrapped
again.
in, well, it's mainly
easy.
teenagers, but it's wrapped up in our history. It's
Okay,
different.
yeah.
But Pendragon's cool.
It's
I'm
interesting,
surprised
right?
they haven't done a movie on it.
Really?
It's really cool.
Okay. Maybe
But-
I'll look. Sam and I will look into it.
Yeah, there
I
you
know
go.
she likes to read. So,
Yeah, if she likes to read, there you go.
Yep.
Pendragon. It's pretty
Okay.
cool. Got lots of adventures. It's
Yep.
like 7 or 8 or 9 books now.
Sweet.
But yeah, no, it's cool. So where'd you grow up?
I grew up in Las Vegas. Yep.
Vegas.
So northwest Las Vegas.
Okay.
Have you've been to Vegas?
I
I'm
do. I've
assuming.
spent a lot of time
So
in
when
Vegas,
you're,
actually.
you're on the 15, you're leaving Cedar, you're
Yep.
pulling into Vegas.
It's the 91 that
Strip.
takes you up
yeah,
around?
Yeah, or I think it's the 215 that goes all the way around, and then you get into the 1595, whatever.
Yeah.
But when you're getting into Vegas, the Strip is over here. I'm on the way
On
other,
the other side.
northwest side of town. So
Yeah, I
that's
have
where I'm at.
family up there in Hollywood Boulevard, I think it's called. But
Okay.
they're not far, up around that way where they
I
just put
got
all
you.
the new Costco in and all that sort
Okay,
of
yeah.
jazz.
All right, yeah. I know what you're talking about.
Yeah. So
Sweet.
they're up that way. I suppose that's northeast. You're
Yeah.
probably a bit more west.
No, yeah, northwest, northeast.
Yeah.
But I'd know exactly where you're talking
Yeah.
about. Like I'd probably been over there a bunch of
Dude,
times.
I
so
like Vegas. The
I
heat
love it.
is a bit crazy.
It is, dude. So my I don't mean to give you a whole family breakdown,
Yeah,
but
that's
like
good.
my aunt and uncle, even when I was when my parents were together, our first house had a pool. So when you got a pool, you're set in the summer. Like that pool gets a little warm, but it's still a pool to swim in. And then same with my aunt and uncle, they always had a pool. My dad, when he moved out, or I'm trying to like figure out how everything, but we've always had a pool to swim in, so the
Yeah.
heat's not too bad when you
Wasn't
got
terrible.
some water to swim in. But
Yeah.
it's crazy when you're playing football and stuff, especially
Oh,
on that
man.
turf. The turf, I don't even know
That's
how
gonna
hot
burn
the
you.
turf gets. Yeah,
Yeah.
people's like cleats would actually melt. Not the entire cleat, but the bottom of the cleat
Yeah.
would like melt off of the cleat itself
Peel
it's so
off the
hot.
glue?
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah, that's
wow.
what would happen. But
Yeah.
the heat's something else. But like I said, if you got a pool, you should be chilling.
Should
at
be
that
sweat.
time.
Yeah. No, that's pretty cool. So, and what got you into football, man?
My dad's what
Yeah.
got me into football. So my very first sport when I was 7 years old was baseball. And I played baseball and I liked it. I wouldn't say I loved it. Obviously, I never played again after that. But even when I was playing baseball, every Sunday, every Saturday too, my dad would have football on. Whether I was with my dad, my brother, or even my uncle, his brother, there was always football on around me. Monday night, Thursday night, Saturdays for college.
The camaraderie.
Exactly,
The
yeah.
good
I just
times.
was always around it as far as like the TV. So after baseball, I was 8 years old now, and I finally got into tackle football. I didn't play flag football first. I played tackle football.
Good.
And ever since then, I never wanted to take the helmet off. And in Vegas, you go, even as a kid, you'll go 8 games in the fall, 8 games in the spring. Then after that, you go 10 games in the fall, 10 games in the spring. So I've played a lot of football.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it is awesome. I love it. But
And that's some serious conditioning there too.
yeah, I've always been bigger, so I haven't been the best conditioned guy, I guess. But not always bigger, but yeah, I've always, not always, but I've played on the O-line most of the time, so conditioning's never been my favorite. But yeah, I've been playing for a long time, and I'd say my dad is the one that got me into it, and yeah, I'm forever grateful for him for that.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Does he get to see most of your games?
Yeah, every home game. He actually came to the Tennessee or the Austin P game last weekend in Tennessee.
Oh man, that was a good one.
Yeah, he came with a friend. He was there. It was raining and everything, and he loves it, man. Every single time I'm playing football, whether he's watching it while he's at work, he's a mailman, so he's probably at work times like he can't watch a game, like an away game. He's still watching. Same with everybody in my family, but yeah, he'll be here tomorrow. I got like 15 people from Vegas coming to the game tomorrow, so yeah, they all support me, especially my dad and
That's
my mom.
way cool.
Yeah.
No, I mean, and people people don't understand me. You just say, oh yeah, you play college ball, but dude, that in its own right, you guys go through some crazy stuff to get there.
Yeah.
So you really are. I mean, the next step for you guys is going further, right?
Yeah, that's my plan. That's I hope I'm blessed and lucky enough to get that opportunity. So, gotta dominate this season with my guys and chase that championship ring one game at a time.
Yeah.
And then hopefully that opportunity presents itself. Yeah.
That'd be so cool.
I know.
Your coach
that's my
thinks
dream.
you can.
I know. I appreciate him for that, and he's the reason why I'm in that position to accomplish that. Honestly, ever since even our old coaching staff, I've gone through 2 coaching staffs now just because the old head coach.
Sure.
I don't think he didn't get fired. He just parted ways with SU.
Sure.
And then Coach Fitz came in, brought some new coaches, and he's done a great job at slowly turning this program around. And I'm really excited for right now, today, and then in the future as well for SU football.
You guys are
because of
looking
Coach
good.
Fitz. Yeah, appreciate that.
This program's hard too. What people don't understand, there's no money in this program here.
No, not really.
It's exhausted.
Not a lot. There's money, but not a lot.
Yeah, no, they're not compared to the people you go like Texas.
Yeah, Texas.
Texas, there's money in the there's money everywhere. You know what I mean? Like
they got
Texas,
nice
they
stuff.
throw everything at
but
it.
we're gonna take it from them though one day.
Yeah, I like that.
Yep. Maybe not me, like not go take it, but you get what I'm saying.
Yeah, I totally get it.
Yeah.
No, I would love to. I'm serious. There's an electricity around your side right now, and I truly believe that you guys are going somewhere over the next year and a half. I think it's going to be something big.
Starts tomorrow.
Yeah,
well, starts today, but starts tomorrow too with a big time game like we were talking about, number 14 in the country in FCS.
Yeah,
I think they're at the top of our conference right now, but it's going to be a big challenge, and we're excited for it. And like I said, we're going to take a fight to them for all 3 hours.
I was talking about this the other day. If you guys win this one, that'll be a ripple throughout the country.
Yeah,
some heads are going to be turning.
Yep. That's I guess that's what you could call rat poison. That's what. Do you know who Nick Saban is?
No.
He's one of the greatest, probably the greatest college football coach of all time.
Okay.
And he coached at Alabama. He's coached at a bunch of places, but when he was at Alabama lately, I don't know how many years he was there, but at the end of his career, that's where he was at. He was there last year. He literally just retired, but the media would always be saying, oh, Alabama's the greatest team we've ever seen and this and that. And he'd be telling his guys, like, don't listen to that. That's rat poison. Just focus on, continuing to get better. Because once you start letting that come in, it's like, oh, I'm chilling. Like, I don't got to practice hard. I don't have to lift hard. Everyone thinks we're the greatest. So, but yeah, man, whether we, beat them by a bunch of scores or beat them by a little, it's still a big win for us, and
it'd be huge.
it will shock a lot of people.
I think it'll be a ripple, and I think it's a good thing.
Yep.
I think it's a good thing. Talking about that, I have an analogy. I don't know. I race cars.
Okay.
I love to race cars.
Nice.
Right. The thing that I've had, and even if it's go-karts or anything, if I'm out there and if I'm in equal stuff versus everybody else, I'll find my way to the top.
Yeah.
Right, and most people, when they find their race, they get to number one as they're driving. They don't usually hold it.
Yeah,
because
they just chill, they're coasting.
Well, they don't know. They see when you're cutting through a pack. You know what I mean? You're cutting them one by one.
Yeah.
Right, and then you get to the top, and now you've got nothing to set your goal on.
Yeah, true.
Right.
Yeah.
But I reverse that. So when I'm on a track, if I can get the data to know what lap times I'm doing, I start shaving corners. I start perfecting doing laps.
Yeah.
Right. And as I go through one by one, I'm racing the track. I'm not racing you.
Yeah. Okay.
You're in my way. I'll just overtake you. I don't even.
Yep.
I don't even look at the car in front of me. I look at the track always.
Yep.
And
Just
half the
tunnel
time,
vision, just focus.
I make passes without like I don't even know how I don't hit the cars.
Yeah.
But it's just like a natural. It's really
Yeah.
cool. It's like getting in that zone.
That's awesome, yeah.
It's amazing.
That's
man.
that tunnel vision like
Yeah.
you're saying, dude.
But then when I get in the lead, I keep cutting. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It keeps getting down. So it's
When's the last time you did a race like that?
no. Well,
Been a while?
I do whenever I can. Now I don't
Okay.
really have the money, but whenever
Yeah.
I can, I'll pay for if there's a tournament with go karts and things.
Yeah.
I'll go pay for that.
That's awesome.
But it's I did a little bit in Australia. I did
Okay.
a little bit over here, and by that stage, A, I didn't have the money, and B, I got too old.
Yeah.
But I still
you're
think
not
if I could build this, I would turn
You
back
will.
to it.
You will.
Yeah.
Awesome.
That's where I want to head. But it's the same thing as like when you're in front and you're leading, rat poison. I
Yeah,
like that.
it's a rat poison. Don't let it get in.
Yeah.
But yeah, I wouldn't necessarily say what you were saying was rat poison, but I always think like, yeah, if we do something big like beat a team like this, or
Yeah.
even next week. I mean, the rest of our season we got some dogs that we gotta play, but whether you, like I said, you blow them out or you beat them by a little, it's just on to the next 1-0 after 1-0 each week. So,
Yeah. No, I think it's good. And man, you got to beat that drum.
Yep.
If you've earned that beat it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And people need to turn their heads and
Yep.
see what's going on.
Yep.
If we can make enough noise here, I think I dare say the money will come
Yep.
and things will change.
Yeah, I agree, man.
And we should be able to get a good program
Yes,
going.
sir. We
Yeah,
will.
I mean, not that it's
I
not
believe in it.
good.
No, I
think
get
it
what you're
is.
saying, dude. I 100%. I get what
Yeah.
you're saying. We're getting there.
Yeah, I'd love to help with that. I'm trying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, do what you got to do, man.
Yeah.
I'm sure Fitz will let you
He's
do whatever
awesome.
you can. Yeah. Heck
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, no, he's very supportive. You know what I love about that guy? You could just say to him, and for a question, it could be cheese or pickles. He'd get pickles. Like
Yeah,
that,
just
you know,
like that, yeah.
He has an answer for you as quick
Yeah.
as you. Like,
I love Coach Fitz,
my
man. All the
goodness.
guys do. He's the best thing about Coach Fitz is he just tells you how it is. He
Yep.
doesn't sugarcoat anything. He's not the guy that's going to tell you what you want to hear. He's just going to tell you what it is, whether you like it or not. And our O-line coach tells us all the time, Coach Matt White, like great players, they want that. They want to be told the truth. They want to be coached hard.
Yeah.
The average, the good players, like they just want to hear about what they do good. Fitz is not going to do that. But
no, I think that's rat poison.
exactly,
right there.
yeah. And like you said, he's sharp with his answers, man. Like you ask him anything, boom, he'll have an answer for you, and he'll elaborate on it a little bit too if he has to.
Yeah, I did an interview on him and did 3 takes in the interview, and I kind of asked the same question twice in a little way, and for a second he was like, he just asked me that, but his brain went into high gear and went, oh, he needs a different answer.
Yeah.
Boom, and he gave it
Good.
to me, and as
Good.
soon as he was done, I said, "That's my clip. Thank you so much."
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I
He's-
love
yeah,
Coach Fitz.
yeah.
He's awesome.
He's
Sorry
good.
I keep looking, dude. Every
No.
time I see a tall figure go by, I keep thinking it's a football player,
Yeah,
but I'm
no,
locked
we're
in.
in a
Trust me.
fishbowl here.
I know,
There's
dude.
windows
I
all
like
over
it
the
though.
place.
It's cool.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
I will say my freshman year, I'd always walk by and I'd be like, dude, I want to get in there one day. And
Yeah.
Yeah. Here we are.
Yeah, the funniest thing was the first time I come on, it was probably around this time last year.
Mm-hmm.
I came on campus and I'm like, I finally woken up out of my stupor of my depression.
Yeah.
And I was like, I need to change my life. And I walked around this corner and I saw this booth and someone in here doing it. I'm like, never in a million years. Kept
Yeah.
walking.
Yeah. You know what's actually crazy? Not the last time I was in here. I've been in here a few times since last year around this time.
Yeah.
But it was the day after we beat Tarleton. I was in here with Dallin and James, I believe. They also work in here. I don't know if you have heard of them, but I think they work in here sometimes. I was talking with them in here literally, like you said, like around a year ago. So maybe
nice.
you might have saw me in here or something. But
Yeah. No, I freaked out. I was like, nah, I'm good.
Yeah.
But the funny thing was, like, I've had this in the back of my head a little bit, like starting a show like this.
Yeah, good.
You know what I
A little
mean?
bit of manifestation there.
Yeah, dude, it
You know
was-
what manifestation
No,
is, I'm assuming. I
absolutely,
believe in
man.
that 100%.
Absolutely.
Obviously, I put all my faith into God and let
Yep.
let Him do what He does
Yep.
every day, But I also do, try and really believe in what I
Yeah.
want and what I see. So
Yeah,
that's
state your
awesome, man.
intention with God.
Yep.
Let Him know what you're shooting
Exactly.
for. and then be loose enough to adapt to the lessons he's going to teach you along the way to get you there.
Exactly, and it's an
Yeah.
everyday thing too.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, that's valid, man.
Yes,
That's
sir.
valid. I all the time, I'm forever, my prayers are full of how you can teach me, how I can learn, how I can be better.
Yep.
And sometimes life just gives you lemons, dude. And
Exactly.
you got to learn to smile through it and be like, this
Yep.
sucks.
Just keep fighting.
Yeah.
That's another thing about Coach Fitz is everything he coaches us, he's always got there's always a rhyme and a reason. There's a method to the madness. Like, it's not just football with Coach Fitz. He's going to teach you things in football that you can carry over into life.
Oh, no, everything of what you guys go through.
Yeah.
I mean, you've seen, like, and I've interviewed a lot of people. Athletes go through something different. It's kind of almost like what I went through in a sense. Like me losing my wife, it just changed everything.
Yeah.
And for you guys are going after let's face it, you're chasing dragons, man.
Yeah,
You're dragon
trying to,
slayers.
yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And to be that dragon slayer, it takes every day of a
Yeah,
discipline.
because you're around, like, all the other teams are the same. They're also dragon
They're
slayers,
hungry.
like you're saying. So,
You're all hungry.
Yep.
Yeah.
All working
who's
towards
going
the
to get
same
the
goal.
edge? Do you know Jerry Rice?
Of course I do. Yeah.
I worked with him in LA
Really?
on a commercial. Yeah.
Really nice.
Dude, one of the best, most inspirational people I ever met.
I bet. Yeah.
I sat down, I ate lunch with him while we were in between takes and stuff like that.
Yeah.
He laid it out. I read a story. I was lucky enough that I read a story before I did that on his training regime and what he would do and how much harder he would train than anyone in his team.
Yeah.
And I sat
It
there.
showed on Sundays, man.
Dude,
Yeah.
that fourth quarter, he's still running
Yeah.
hard, right?
Exactly.
But and that's what he said. He goes, I looked at it internally, and my weaknesses, what were my weaknesses, how can I make them stronger?
Yep.
And my weakness was fourth quarter. Just like everybody else, we're all done. We're all tuck it out.
Yep.
We're done.
Losing the
He
fatigue.
said, and I need that.
Yep.
And look at the name that he named, he
Exactly.
made for himself.
I actually played against his son and just in high school. I'm pretty sure his son's in the NFL now. I don't know, but I think he went to Hamilton High School in Arizona.
Yeah.
And we played them my senior year at Arborview, and everyone was like, "That's Jerry Rice's son," like, because of the name he built for himself.
Yeah.
You know.
How was he? How did you guys win?
And we lost, actually. That was
Yeah.
like the one of two games we lost my senior year. We went 12-2, 12 wins, 2 losses, and that was to one of them. And my teammates now that are from Arizona, they're all like, "Dude, Hamilton sucked that year. How'd you guys lose to them?" I was like, "Dude, whatever. I don't know." But yeah, Jerry Rice's son.
You have those off days, man.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But that sucked. It is what it is, though.
It's fun.
Yep.
So your upbringing, your dad got you inspired in football from the camaraderie that was in your house. I'm sure you have all these brothers and things over there.
Yeah.
You guys having a good party of a time there, checking it all out. As I do I'm not really into football, to be honest with you. I don't really understand
yet.
it as much. Not yet.
You're
Yeah, no,
getting
no, dude.
You're
What I
getting
saw
there.
the other day, that kind
Yeah.
of bit me hard.
Yeah,
I was
good.
like, I'd be
It's gonna get you
loaded,
tomorrow.
loaded. Yeah.
Yeah.
So no, I just say it's got to build, and
Yeah.
I'm very inviting of that.
We'll get you some pads.
Yeah,
We'll get you
I'm
some
down.
pads. You could be on the scout D line for a little bit.
But yeah, I'll check that out. That'll be fun. Wait until I get a bit stronger.
There you go.
Did you have hardships there at all? Have you like gone through life? Like, how was that?
Yeah, so I mean, I know there's much harder out there. Like,
Sure.
I didn't grow up with a silver spoon in my mouth. Definitely not, and neither did my brother and sister, and really anybody in my family. But the hardest thing at the start was probably when my parents got divorced. I mean, even to this day, they're damn near best friends.
Yeah,
Sorry,
good.
They're nearly best friends. Like
Good.
they always come up to the games together. They always stay in the same hotel. It's all my family comes, but they've stayed very, very close ever since they've gotten divorced for us, for the kids. And phenomenal parents, freaking work their butts off always. Both work at the post office. This is both of their 23rd year. But yeah, I've always, anything we've ever needed, all my siblings, football, school, my sisters always danced hula and Tahitian stuff, like anything we've ever needed, they've always found a way to get it to us, whatever it was. But yeah, when they got divorced, that was probably the toughest thing for me growing up. I was young. I think I was 7, but just as time goes on, you start going to your friend's house, and it's like, from the outside looking in, it's like one big happy family. Parents
Yeah.
are together, everyone's under the same roof, and it's like, that's when it would suck. Like, damn it, dude, I wish my parents were together, but like I said, they were still awesome to us. They didn't, let the divorce ruin our family at all. We were still close, still strong as can be, still there for each other. You know what I mean? Because some divorces can just ruin everything.
They're
like
stupid.
They hate each other. The
Yep.
kids are only with one parent. You
Yep.
never see the other. Whatever, they move across the country. Whatever, I don't know. But my parents didn't do that. They stayed, close, and that was for us as a family. So my parents being divorced was probably the hardest thing for sure. Just everything that comes with that. But could have been way worse. But it was a good experience for me. And then obviously, like I mentioned, losing both of my grandpas and then my uncle as well. That was the first real passing in our family, was my uncle. You're young though, you're 10 years old, you don't know what's going on at first, and then you find out, and it sucks, dude. You literally, you know how it is. It sucks.
And it's usually 3 years later when, man, my uncle would have been really good.
Exactly, yeah. My uncle always, same with football. He lived with us for a little bit. Actually, when he passed, he was living with my dad.
Man.
Yeah, but it's all good. He was living with us, so he'd sometimes pick me up from school, take me to practice, pick me up from practice, watch practice, games, everything. So I know if he was still around, same with my grandpas, they'd be here tomorrow watching me play ball too.
Man, they're watching. Don't you worry about that.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, 100% they are.
Yeah.
And but yeah, obviously losing some family members, that definitely was hard for all of us, of course. But yeah, those are some things. And then, like I said, when I last November, I broke my leg and tore ligaments in my ankle. Yeah, so coming through that was hard. That was the first real injury I've ever had. And
how'd you do that?
so I was it was against SFA. It was November 11th, I believe, November 11th. I was just blocking my guy, got rolled up on from behind, like every O lineman is. That happens as an O lineman. You don't know what's behind you. You could have
You're all full.
giant, exactly, yeah. Giant pile behind you, whatever. But yeah, our running back got tackled and I got rolled up on, so that's how I broke the fibula and tore some ligaments in my ankle. So that was a 6-month recovery. And I remember the first time I got the cast off after the first 2.5 weeks.
Yeah.
And your leg's going to get smaller, your leg's going to atrophy. And I already don't have the biggest legs as it is, especially my calves. So when I saw my leg, it was like, holy crap, I'm supposed to come back and my senior year have the best year of football of my life.
And you need it.
And I'm looking at my leg this is going to be a process. This is going to be tough to come back. I still got 10 more weeks not walking. It could have been way worse, obviously. Yeah. So I'm grateful that that's what happened. But yeah, that was a fight coming back. That's probably the hardest thing I've been through as of lately, is coming back from that injury. So now I'm back and fighting with my guys every day and working towards one common goal. And yeah, man, all those things have made me tougher, though, for sure.
Yeah, I was saying the atrophy and things like that. That's a choice of two sections right there.
Exactly.
That's either time to go to work
or just accept it
or
and
accept
dwindle
it
away. Yeah.
Yeah. I read a couple of stories where sports psychologists get into people's heads with that sort of thing, and the thing this one guy was talking about. Just know that when your body heals, it heals stronger.
Yeah.
Right?
100%.
And now you can leverage something that you never had before.
Exactly.
But it's time to go to work.
Yep. And that's what it was. That was the mindset. At first, I feel like not everybody, but I did have that kind of thought, why me? Why? Why did this have to happen right now? But at the end of the day, it's football. That's what I signed up for ever since I was 8 years old. There's always a possibility every time you walk on the field that something can happen, and you got God watching over you and the football guys and everything, but bad things can still happen. So it was a decision for sure. Am I going to let this be the end of me and just, like I said, dwindle away and forever be oh yeah, he was good at football, but let an injury ruin his career,
Yeah.
But I had to decide, and luckily I had a great support system around me. My mom, my dad, brother, sister, my nephew Luca. Still, I'd see him a bunch when I was home. That always made me feel better. And both my grandmas, all my aunts and uncles, all my cousins, my girlfriend, everybody, my teammates, that definitely helped as well throughout the process of getting back. So sorry I went on a little rant there,
that's great. No, that's great.
Yeah.
It's great.
It's tough though.
Because the one thing too is most people don't want to talk about this sort of stuff.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Exactly.
It's kind of a taboo in our society. We're bulletproof, and but we're not.
Yeah, exactly.
And it takes. I think that it's good for people to hear that you can go through these things.
Yeah.
And know that sometimes you see the tunnel, you don't see the light.
Exactly, yeah.
And you just gotta have faith and hope and pray and whatever it is, even if you don't think of God, I don't know, but there is a light there.
Exactly, yeah.
As long as you keep on the straight and narrow, it's the hardest thing to do. I promise you, it is the hardest thing to do because it's so easy to want to just turn away from anything.
Yeah.
And you just got to dig deep. And,
Exactly.
And that's the make of a man right there. If you can hold steadfast,
Yeah.
you know, it's kind of like the pep talks that I give to myself is like, man, it was just so hard, and I was being hard to my kids a few times. You know what I mean? And I would just see their little faces, man. It would crush my soul.
Yeah.
And I would just say, I'm so sorry, guys. I would apologize every time I snapped at them, every time I bit them, you know what I mean? Like, and Dad would get aggressive.
I understand, dude.
Like a bear with a sore thumb. And then I would go, I need to cool down. I would walk away, and I would breathe it, and then just, man, what did I do to those kids?
All learning experience, but it made you
I did not want to
better.
mess them up. Yeah.
Yeah.
No,
exactly.
100%. But I would go back. I would give them big hugs, and I would say, guys,
Yep.
I was way out of line, and I'm so sorry. And you got to know that I'm not supposed to do these things. You know, it can only get better from here.
Exactly, yeah.
You know, and it's definitely sharpened me up. You know what I mean?
100%.
And
made you better.
To me and my boys, we're bulletproof.
Yeah,
you know
there
what
you
I mean?
go.
We really are.
And you're only going to get more
I
bulletproof.
love that.
That's how I feel too, like
yeah.
about that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And it's crazy because like when you do, and obviously it's different for what you're going through, but with the injury, it's like at the beginning you're like, oh, this is the hardest part. Like when I get back, it'll be a lot easier. But at the same time, it's not, because then once you get into physical therapy, shout out to Craig Lunt, Cedar City Physical Therapy. He's one of the main reasons why I was able to get back as well. He's awesome physical therapist. I think he's the best. And that's like the hardest part is when you're in physical therapy, you're trying to get your feet back under, and you're like, I'm literally learning how to walk again. You're walking with your crutches. You're walking over red Solo cups in a boot.
Yep.
It's demoralizing when you know in your head, like, it's not demoralizing, but when in your head you're thinking, I got a football season to play with my guys, and we got to win a conference championship, and obviously one game at a time. Yeah. And you want these things after, but you're learning how to walk right now. So it's like if you let it, it'll defeat you mentally and physically, but you can't, like you're saying. Yeah. And then even then you get into football again. Now you're doing workouts again. You're jumping again. You're running. You're blocking guys. That's another part that's super hard to get back into, but it just shows you life is hard. Yeah. And like you said, well, what's the saying? When life gives you lemons, make lemonade or whatever.
Lemonade, man.
I know I should know that, but like that's how you got to take it, man. You got to realize, accept the fact that it happened, and you got to fight and keep pushing forward. But I'll say, dude, your situation though, 10 times harder than I've ever anything I've ever been through.
I wouldn't
like
wish
I
it
said,
upon
dude.
anyone.
Yeah. So I know I said I understand, but at the same time I don't, because I haven't had to go through that losing. I'm not married, right?
I hope you never do,
That's
man.
why I said, dude, like I got all the respect in the world for you,
Dude,
man.
I will say the one thing I'll say about that though, and honestly, like, so it's a sad situation to lose Annie.
Yeah.
Because she was an amazing woman. Everything in my world, she was rock solid.
Yeah.
But her sacrifice created who I am now.
Exactly. Yep.
And love me or hate me, I'm coming.
There you go.
I'm coming.
Good.
And I mean it too.
Yeah.
And I've put everything in place to do it right. Mm-hmm. I've owned all that I could, and I feel strong for it too, man. And even if I don't hit to where I'm going, I'm still gonna get somewhere.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I heard Hall of Fame football player said, when you chase perfection, you'll catch excellence. Yeah. So like you're saying, just keep chasing, keep pursuing that dream, keep pursuing that the goals, and you'll get there eventually. So
I appreciate that.
Heck yeah.
No, it's great. Oh man, this is.
I could talk to you forever, dude.
This is
Seriously,
a great conversation. You're my kind of people. I appreciate the. I've been wrapped up in. Most of my friendships where we only want to hear what we want to hear. And
sorry, there's a bit of a crowd right there.
Yeah, no,
they got one of the aces. I was like, are they watching right now?
Yeah.
My bad, dude. I just
it's fun.
That.
Plus, we got a bunch of kids on campus, and they're LARPing down there, doing all the swords and stuff.
Through.
It's kind of fun. But I've had a lot of people around me. I grew up with like all my uncles, and that like they're gruff people, and they're hard asses.
Tough, though.
Yeah, they're kind of tough. But they sharpen you in different ways, and at least you know where you're at. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Over the last probably 10 or so years, I've been around a lot of people that only want to hear what they want to hear.
Exactly.
And I hate that.
Yep.
You know what I mean? It makes you soft.
the rat poison.
And that's rat poison. And a lot of them really detest me. A lot of my friends, my wife's and my friends, they're probably more friends with my wife than me.
Yeah.
And a lot of them are not in my life anymore, you know what I mean? And that's okay, you know, I wish them well and I send them all the best luck in the world. You know, I really do. I hope they get everything they ever want because I really want them to see them succeed. But I've appreciated the ones that could actually stand their ground and tell me straight.
Yeah.
You tell me straight, we're friends to the end. You know
Exactly.
what I mean? Yeah.
Those are the Coach Fitzgerald people. And like you were just saying, I've tried to surround myself with people like that. And luckily in the O-line room, that's how our O-line coach is too. He's going to tell you straight. He's not going to tell you what you want to hear. He's not going to give you a pat on the back when you do something right all the time. That's not life. So
that's the standard.
Yep, exactly. When you surround yourself with people like that, it makes you better. So,
I love that.
Yep.
Yeah, so let's talk about the season's looking good.
Yep.
The future is upon you, right? Coach has said some amazing, bulletproof things about you, man. You know what I mean? Like it's pretty unique to hear that, and I felt pretty honored to even have you in the studio right now. So thank you so much.
Man. No problem. I'm honored to be here,
dude.
Seriously.
You dream a little dream. You could be you could play, right? And coach thinks that within a year you'll be cashing some big checks.
I hope so. Yeah, honestly, like I said, dude, I don't want to be that cliche guy, but like I'm really focused on today, and then obviously doing my job tomorrow, and giving it to
and
them
you're
tomorrow as a team.
like you're getting there.
Sure, I'm trying to.
You know?
But when it comes to playing at the next level, like I said, I can only pray that opportunity comes, and I'm going to continue to work towards that and get better every single day and be a leader and get the guys next to me better, just like they're doing with me.
Yep.
But yeah, man, I'm excited for that opportunity when it comes. And like I said, we got to get through this season first and take everything one day at a time. But man, it has been a dream of mine ever since I started playing football, ever since I started watching football. It's funny because like when you grow up, I always thought like, oh, if you play football, you're gonna play in the NFL. You're just gonna play in the NFL.
I'm just gonna do that. Yeah.
It's like if same thing, boxing maybe. Like you're boxing your whole life. Oh man, I'm gonna make it pro. I'm gonna be boxing Floyd Mayweather one day, whatever.
Then
right?
you go up against the pro.
That's one of my teammates right there, Kyle. That's one of our linemen. He's a dog, man. Talk about getting better, dude. He's the man right there.
Good man.
But he plays the same position, just the other position.
Oh, okay.
But no, man, yeah, it's been a dream of mine my whole life ever since I started playing football, and for it to be right there, it means the world to me, man. And I can't thank my family enough for everything they've done to help me get to this point, as well as my coaches.
Yep.
My whole life, especially now though. Like now where I'm at, the coaches I have right now are the best coaches in the world in my eyes, and
no doubt,
nobody's got it better than us. Nobody's got it better than what we got, and I know. That's like a cliche thing to say too, but like you said, like there's not a lot of money here. We're not walking into some multi-million-dollar locker room where, our shoulder pads are like hung up and they're being clean. You know what I'm saying? Like how the crazy schools have
It'd be nice.
But yeah, it'd be nice. But like at the end of the day, we're all given a helmet, some shoulder pads, some cleats, and there's a football field out there for us to get to work on. So. It doesn't matter with what you have. You just got to make the most of it. I don't even know how I got to that point.
No, it's great. It's great. So you got the support structure around you.
Yep.
The biggest, like the deficit that I've had up until recent is having a good partner around you, right? And you're dating Sam.
Yep. Sam Johnson.
And 3 years of yesterday, right?
3 years of yesterday. Yeah.
Oh man.
A lot of ups and downs in that 3 years, and I know like. Dude, you're 23. What kind of ups and downs are you going through? But every relationship has its hurdles. So yeah, she's my rock, man. She's awesome. I'm so lucky, so blessed that she's in my life.
Yep.
Like you were saying, how you and your wife were, and honestly still are.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
Bulletproof. That's what we're working on. We're working on getting bulletproof, and everything I've gone through hard, like not the divorce with my parents. Obviously, I didn't know her at the time, and the death of my grandfathers, but with the injury. She was there for me every single day, and that was hard. Like I said, the injury was the hardest thing I'd gone through, and having her with me by my side is more than I could ever ask for, and I'm
amazing.
Really lucky to have her, dude.
Yeah. And not only that, you both understand. Like,
Yeah.
you both play competitive ball. You know what I mean? Like, she's at the top of her game.
Yeah.
You're at the top of your game.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And she's fun to talk with.
Yeah,
I've had
she's
her in the
awesome. I
studio.
love Sam,
I'm looking forward. She's coming up soon, coming in.
Yeah.
So that'll be a good one.
Yeah, her mom too, Tracy, is awesome. Her stepdad,
dude.
Keith, her dad, Jim, and her stepmom, Cara. Her whole family's freaking awesome, man.
Yeah.
They're rock solid, dude. They support us like no other two.
I love that.
Yeah, man.
They're all local
awesome.
too, yeah?
Well, so she's from Moraga, California, Northern California. So yeah, that's where her mom and dad are from California. So she grew up there, and then when Tracy got the job at SU, I think in 2018, that's when she moved to Cedar City in 2018. So it's funny because when she does her intro, like when they call her out like for the game, they'll say from Cedar City, but she's not from Cedar, but she's just been here for a long time.
She's been here long enough to own it.
She's I mean, we're all locals now here, so
Yeah, no, that's good.
Yep.
It's a really good scenario. I think you guys have come together at a good stage.
Yep.
And yeah, you're right. Tracy's phenomenal, man.
Yeah, dude, I love Tracy. She's awesome.
I will do anything for that woman.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
She'll probably do anything for you too, man.
I believe it. I believe it. We always have a good chat and we get together every now and then. It's a good thing. No, I appreciate it, man. Thanks for coming in.
Dude, no problem, man.
Is there anything else you want to touch on before we go?
I mean, dude, I'm ready to go for tomorrow, man. I know the guys right next to me are ready to go. Always shout out my family. I mean, I don't know if we're doing shout outs, but
Please
I always want to shout out my family, my mom, Kristen,
Yep.
my dad, Lyle, got the same name, my brother, Adrian, my sister, Alyssa, some hardworking people in my family, man, and I love them all to death, and they love me to death, and they've been bleeding SU as long as I have, man. So shout out to all of them and all the coaches here at SU, everybody, the support system, my guys, my teammates, my O-line. I love them all, man, and I'm ready to go tomorrow, man. We're ready to go.
Your mum and dad, I want to shout out to them especially, right? And I say this and I
They'll
call
be
people
watching.
out
They'll
all
watch
the
this.
time, right? Mums and dads, they split up and they drag things through the mud just to be so mature about it. And I mean, at one stage you love that person, whether you're with them or not. That doesn't matter. That's a sacred ground you guys crossed. If you guys are fighting over that sacred ground because you're hurting, go get therapy. But your mum and dad, man, that's awesome.
Yeah.
For them to be so mature about it and to keep their feelings out of it and to put the best into you and your family. You know what I mean? To nurture that seed that they help grow. Like and you guys are phenomenal. Like for you to be here in this studio right now to face what you're facing on Saturday is phenomenal. And it comes from those people right there.
They'll appreciate
I mean,
that,
coaches
man.
can help you get there and they can coach and groom you. But if they don't have that foundation with what they built, that's amazing. So shout out for them.
And sorry if we're going long, but another thing too with my parents being when they got divorced, they obviously got to work still, you know. So I'd spend a lot of time with my grandparents. Both of them, my mom's parents and my dad's parents. So that's why, you know, when I lost my grandpas, that was huge for me because they helped raise me too, man. And my grandma, both of my grandmas, but my mom's dad, my dad's mom, she'll be here tomorrow.
Nice.
She lives vicariously through me, man. Like she's like you talk about playing at the next level.
Yeah.
She's praying harder than anybody that day comes, and she loves watching me play football, man. She loves football. She's all about it, dude. She gets more excited than me sometimes for Saturdays, you know. But no, shout out to both of my grandmas too, man. Everybody in my family, they're awesome. They're gonna be watching this, so they'll be thankful for you getting me on here.
Yeah, like, share, and subscribe, please.
Yeah,
I
man.
appreciate it.
Yeah.
You know
what do we get on here? An hour? Is there a clock up there?
Yeah, we're coming on an hour, man.
Yeah, you get me going, man. I could talk for another 2 hours, dude. Could you guess what my major is that I got my degree in?
Are you in communications?
Yeah, I'm a communications major. I'm working on my second bachelor's degree now, so I don't have any communications classes. It's kind of not random classes, but just other classes I've never taken before, obviously. So I've gotten away from communications. I'm done with it, but that's an everyday thing, man.
Yeah, I'm doing communications, entrepreneur, and creative writing.
Okay. So you're a student right now?
Yeah.
Who are some of your communication professors?
Ryan Steinerkart and John Smith.
John Smith is awesome. I had it's funny because there's the John Smith that does the coaches show and the Professor John Smith. He's a good professor as well, man. He spent some time in front of a camera. I'm sure you know that. He was working for KSL News for a long time. He's awesome. If you get the chance to take Hayden Coombs' class, though,
Yes.
he's like the best,
I
man.
I took a class from him over summer.
Okay, good,
We were just doing like, I did a blog on F1.
Oh, okay, yeah. I got you.
Yeah, no,
Sweet.
he seemed really chill. I was kind of freaking out at the start of like, man, I don't think I can do this. And he's like,
Hey, that's how I feel
got
about a lot of things,
As long
yeah.
as you do the work, you'll be fine.
Oh, yeah.
And it was great.
Yep.
Yeah.
I don't know. Was that an in-person class or was it online?
No, it was online, which made it harder.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For the in-person classes, he's the same way. Like, you come to class, you
that's what I
participate, I'll
do.
take care of you. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I love that.
Yeah, man, it was
I'm
awesome.
looking
Thank
forward
you
to
so
see what
much,
he's
dude.
got. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, that'd be cool.
Heck yeah.
Man, thank you so much. I have one question for you.
Yeah.
It could do with anything at all, but I ask it to everybody. What makes the difference?
In me, like, or what do you like in life? Like, what makes? Okay,
Whatever comes to mind.
Oh man,
Yep, right?
good one. Yeah,
That's a good
see?
one.
I wonder what Fitz would say. He'd have something ready to go
I
already.
can't wait.
He'd be into his answer already. Man, what makes the difference is just doing things when you don't want to do them.
Yep.
Everybody, I mean, regardless of how passionate you are about something, those days come around where you're like, damn, dude, like,
Yep.
my body's hurting, man. The ankle's hurting extra today, man. But, like, you and your boys got to get to work, man, no matter
Yep.
how you're feeling. So, regardless of how you're feeling, get it done. Whatever you got to do, whatever goal you have, whether you're on a weight loss journey or something, and there's some days you don't feel like it. You want to eat like crap. You want to sit on the couch all day. No, man, you got to
Pick it
stay
up.
disciplined.
Gotta go on.
Discipline over motivation. Motivation's great, obviously, too. But I think that's what kind of ties into it. Doing things when you don't want to do them,
Yeah.
that's discipline. Joe Rogan talked about that. Discipline over motivation, because, you could be pumped listening to some motivational speech, and then once that speech goes away, you're like, oh, man, that wasn't really intrinsically motivating, actually. It was just, you
How
know
does
what
it
I mean?
translate?
Yeah, so discipline over motivation. That's what
Yeah.
I gotta be way better at that, too.
Yeah.
So that's what I'd say.
I think
yeah.
we all do, man. And that's a shout out for everyone out there that's listening to this right now. Grant Cardone has one a very similar thing. And I think it came from his dad, actually. Grant Cardone, he's a massive real estate mogul, came from the car industry. Super, super awesome. Shout out if you ever listen to this, Grant. I want to work with you.
Yeah.
I want to talk. Any place you want me there, I'll be there.
Shout out Grant.
Grant Cardone, I'm calling you out. He talks about his dad used to say, you don't need to love something to love something.
Exactly.
Right? You need to push through those barriers to make it happen.
Yep.
Yeah. And he's got a book too, a really, really good book. And if anyone's lost in life, it's called Be Obsessed or Be Average. Be obsessed or be average.
Yep.
That you read that book and you read TEDx, so that you got something sorted out right there.
Coach Fitzgerald actually talks about that. I could tell you all day about Coach Fitz's like stuff he tells us, but like that's another thing. You got to be obsessed with the process. You can't just. There's no gamers out there that just show up tomorrow night and they're like, I'm ready to go. It's the whole process. Spring training, spring ball. Even though I miss spring ball, I've gone through spring ball.
Sure.
Spring training, spring ball, summer workouts, fall camp, which is crazy.
Yeah.
You think practice yesterday was crazy? Fall camp is Monday through Saturday,
check
6
that out.
a.m. to 8 p.m. at night almost.
Wow.
Not just playing football, but
everything.
Yeah,
Everything, the whole gamut.
exactly, yeah.
Education,
Yep.
all of it. Yeah. I get it.
But yeah, the obsession is huge. You got to be
Yeah.
obsessed with the process. If you want to go far in life and you want to be successful, you got to be obsessed with the process. So,
Dude, I love that.
We got to make sure Coach Fitz watches this.
Oh,
I know
yeah.
he's busy. He's busy
Yeah,
as can be.
yeah.
He don't got time.
I'll
but
send him some skippets.
yeah, he could
Yeah.
listen maybe while he's doing some stuff. But yeah, man, I appreciate you for having me on, dude. Hopefully we
thanks.
can do this again or something. Or I know I'll see you tomorrow. See you and the boys
Yep.
tomorrow. So
We'll be there.
Yeah,
I'm
yes,
going to
sir.
report. I'll do a little report on that game and the
Okay.
next game coming up, or the homecoming game.
Cool.
I'll be there and reporting on that one as well.
Sweet.
So
right on, man.
that'll be a fun
I'm
one.
excited, dude.
Cheers, man.
Thank you so much.
thank
I
you.
appreciate it,
I
dude.
appreciate it, man.
Sweet.
Lyle, you're amazing.
Thank you. So are you, man. Thank you.
Cheers. Okay. And then I'll...
Dude, I knew that guy was gonna walk by. Kyle, he's my guy, dude. He's a beast,
Yeah.
man. He makes that O-line go as well, dude. He's awesome.
Everybody that I see you with, man,
They're all beasts.
You guys are all but you guys are in synergy.
Yeah,
That's what I meant to
have
say.
to be.
I meant to say it. Well, still in the actual right. Actually, I'll
Really?
say no joke. You guys have so much synergy there. It's nuts to see.
Yeah.
That's what
Good,
one
yeah.
thing I couldn't believe.
That's also. I'm sorry, dude, but every
you're
time
good.
you say something, I think about Fitz because he's got so many great. He's our guy. He's our
Yep.
leader, man. He's got all the messages, dude.
Yeah, I
But
appreciate it.
He always says.
Thank you, YouTube. We appreciate you. I'm
see
gonna
ya.
cut that out now.
Hopefully,
and-
I look.